Alright, bit of a slow weekend, but we got some stuff done on the Camaro. We kind of routed our brake lines, ran out of fasteners right around there, so it's all kind of loose, but we got the nuts in there and the clips on some of it, so it's still got to figure out something there and that side, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Started dicking around with the ITB setup. Kind of came to a little bit of an idea here. As you can see, we welded in a plate here because this used to be all one kind of chunk here. Doesn't really show it there as there's been more cuts out, but that was all kind of cast into one piece there. The problem that we had with it being like that was mainly hood clearance. We'll show you the car here. And I mean, as the ITBs sit there, I mean, obviously that's nice and low, but when they were in there, they're about yay tall. So probably would have to cut the hood. We still might, but before it was going to have to be just a absolutely eyesore level of hood scoop or filters out the body. So our new plan is to take these. It's just 2-inch intercooler piping. We've got a bunch of it kicking around and essentially just weld it right to here. And then we're going to kick it back far enough and then fill up our, it'll probably be more like there. But yeah, and then we'll fill up our weld. Be careful around here because I don't want to put our weld from the intake pipe onto that and then possibly have a pathway where coolant can go into this cylinder and cause some havoc because of it. So we'll probably put this in here, probably be somewhere around there, and then we'll weld the inside and die grind it smooth. And if we need to, add a little bit of sealant just kind of in that corner and it'll seal it up. Again, this is a naturally aspirated build, so the requirements are a little bit minor than, say, a turboed car with ITBs. Not that, I mean, a pro builder is going to tell you it's the same either one, but this isn't a pro build. I mean, it's a hack in a barn here. But yeah, so we'll have it pretty much flat to there. We'll have to nip this off here, but then we will have room for our injectors and a fuel rail, whether it's the OEM fuel rail, which would be nice, or it's an aftermarket one, or something else we have to modify or adapt. So we're going to kick these back here. This was on the same thing on the last one. The runners weren't perfectly straight with the spacing of the ITBs, but we'll just, honestly, I don't know if I'll have enough of a bend to kind of like kick it over or cut it on a slant and then weld it straight. So we're probably just going to fill the gaps up with weld and move on with our lives. I do have a spool gun. It's over there for this machine here. It's just been collecting dust for a long time, but it'll be good to fire it up. And yeah, we'll just weld it up. We'll sand it down and die grind it out. And you probably will notice it looks a bit weird, but it'll work. But yeah, heated up the thermostat there just to see how it works. One of the plans we had was to weld this off completely and then weld a nipple or something or a barb onto here and then run an inline thermostat. The only problem I might see with that is that this guy here is not going to put any pressure on that port, which then isn't going to kind of want to restrict the flow at all. It would just have a thermostat here and then it would open up and it would go through both, but it might cause some weird issues of it equalizing the heat in the block and the radiator at all times, or too much recirculation. I got to look into it some more as it's late and I'm hungry, so I'm kind of not firing on all cylinders in some senses. But yeah, we're working on the ITV setup, and I'll let you come along for the ride. But yeah, smell you later.